With Season 3 starting in Battlefield 2042, we've also got a new tank in the game, the EMKV90-TOR. I thoroughly tested it for a few rounds and here are my thoughts on it. So this is, simply put, a railgun in big on top of a tank. Basically, they put the Death Star into the game, and yes, you can snipe people across the map with it, and yes, you can delete enemy vehicles at the press of a button. But first things first, it's actually pretty well balanced and a hell of a lot of fun to play. It just plays a lot different than the tanks we've already had in the game. For one, the new tank has a siege mode which, when you enter it, lowers the hull of the tank a little bit. It increases your rate of fire as well as the damage you deal, but you sacrifice some mobility for it. You can still drive around, just very slowly. Then, the new tank comes with two kinds of ammunitions. Your starter ammo, which is essentially a regular anti-armor shell, the same we get on the other tanks. And then you have another anti-armor shell which deals more damage but has a longer reload time. Neither of the two shells deal any kind of splash damage. Unlike the tanks we've had so far, there is no anti-personnel shell that deals any kind of splash damage, let alone more. So the only way to kill infantry is by hitting them directly. And this is where it gets interesting. This tank is made to do exactly that, because it basically has a big railgun on top of it. And it works just like a regular railgun too. You charge your shot and when it releases, it instantly delivers where you're aiming at. There is no bullet drop and very little bullet travel time. So this isn't the kind of tank you drive into an objective to clear out enemies hiding behind cover. This is the kind of tank you park on an elevated position at the back of the map and snipe enemies with. And goddamn is it fun to do that. Do you have any idea how satisfying it is to point your gun at a sniper on the other side of the map and delete them off the surface of this planet with a click of a button? Just listen to the sound of it. It really does feel like driving around in a mini Death Star. But it gets better. That second shell you unlock, it's the best anti-armor ammunition in the game. It takes off about 45% of a tank's or helicopter's hit points. About 90% of a cheap hovercraft or bolt. You can absolutely delete any vehicle with it. Just point your laser at it and click away. It only takes about 8 seconds to take out a full enemy tank. If you've got just one squad mate helping out with a railgun, nobody stands a chance. And yes, sniping air vehicles with it is as easy as it sounds. But I have to give DICE some credit here. The tank doesn't have a lot of gun elevation. Most air vehicles are out of your range most of the time. You can counter that a little bit by driving your tank up a slope to give yourself some more range, but still, it's not like it keeps the skies clear all game long. To sum everything up, in my opinion, the new tank is pretty well balanced and a ton of fun to play. It offers a completely new way of playing tanks in this game. However, in terms of overall performance against infantry and vehicles, you are still gonna come out ahead with the old tanks, simply because of how much splash damage they deal against infantry. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.